Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. This is episode 28. Last time we wrapped up our Exalted Plains adventures for the time being, and we will be moving on to bigger and better things today with our companions. But as always, it's the start of a new episode, which means we must summon the War Council and we must check our operations that are available to us. So we will be looking at some results, and then we will be venturing out back into the world once more. The Hunter Shade Dracolisk. The creature has been cornered and saddled. The nippings were severe, but it waits for the Inquisitor to claim it in the stables. Mind your fingers. We have to go check these in the stables for sure. Alliances reaching ever upward. We received word from Lady Eustace Richelieu, who presumes more and more to speak as an authority in these affairs. She also is quick to use us and we, Josephine. The letter follows. A strategic demand, Inquisitor. The Thibaults concede that you are within your rights to ask that they bear the weight of bargaining with Lord Desrosier. The frivolous marriage between Celeste Thibault and a son of the Leandra family, the name of little bearing, has been wisely called off in favor of a proper matchmaking, one that will profit players and arbiters both. In your gracious service, Lady Eustace. Amulet of Power. Yup. Let's have a look. We've also got Leliana with Heart in Hightown, Trouble in Skyhold. Nightingale, 2 points. That book is abysmal, and the entire code-breaking department wants to ritually set it on fire. The message is double encrypted. The message in the mistakes is in a Merchant's Guild cipher. We have not yet broken the guild's code. Scrivener. Revenge of the Merchant's Guild. Okay. There's that. An unsent letter from Varric waits in the war room, addressed to Jarek Dace, Denerim Merchants Guild. Jarek, I need a key to the Merchants Guild cipher from 1 month ago, and you still have payments left on the loan house Tethras gave you for your rescue mission to Amgarak. So I think we can make a deal. I get the cipher, and your debt disappears like financial magic. And Nightingale, since I know you'll open this and read it before it gets sent, don't bother to keep a copy. Guild changes their codes every month because dwarves are naturally paranoid. Varric Tethras. Only Josephine can do this one. Send the letter to Denerim. Getting this cipher will help Leliana find the killer.
At your service.
Okay. It continues. A missing assassin. My dear... Oh! I read his name just sprung out at me immediately. I just went to try and read it in order, but I went, wait, there's a Z. Zevran Ariani. My dear Leliana, your Inquisition is working with the crows. I ask only because I may have removed one of the assassins from your employ. If I'd known the man was yours, I would have at least let him finish the contract. No matter, allow me to make it up to you. You know, I would do much better job than the crows, and I am far more pleasing to work with. No, as a favor to a friend, I'll charge only a fraction of the price. Interesting. Is Zevran working with the crows again? Or is he picking them off? I don't know, because he's saying, you know, I would do a much better job than the crows and better to work with. But then he's saying if they were working with the crows, he wouldn't have removed them if he'd known. But I thought he was no friend of the crows anymore, considering he failed in his mission to assassinate the hero of Ferelden. I guess is he in their good graces, I suppose? Zevran would be a useful ally. We can funnel resources to him while nominally maintaining our alliance with the crows. And another assassin wishes to help. After killing one of our other assassins, we're already stuck with the crows. Why make this more complicated? Because Zevran's our boy?
Let's see what we have.
Obviously. Oh my god. That's cool. Surprising. Red Jenny attends a party. We've got an offer of help on their terms. A letter on dark vellum with obviously dwarven markings. A hole in the surface's precious sky, not our concern, but the thing that did it. If this Magister shit really brought the Blight and the Darkspawn, we're no friend of that. Follow these instructions and you'll catch your enemies sleeping. Tell your soldiers not to leave the main tunnel, that's your only warning. Binthus, Warhelm, Kal Sharok. This letter ends with a map to a cave system and a number of troops that can pass. They hold their secrets dear, do as they say, no more, no less. Potential relations with another Dwarven Tig would be far more beneficial than a minor strike at the Venatori. At the least, send ambassadors with our soldiers, and they can have their secrecy, but we don't know the threat on the other side of their passage. I'd send double that to even a threat of Venatori. Interesting. Follow these instructions. Tell your soldiers not to leave the main tunnel. Do as they say, no more, no less. I think Cullen might be a bit of a risk taker on this one. If he's like, let's just send a whole bunch of people, because what if there's a cave in or something? I don't know. We'll have Liliana do that mission when that is available. Red Jenny attends a party. Surely the Inquisitor cannot be a part of such things. It seems a base prank to intentionally disrupt such an affair. A memo from Josephine, written on a letter from Sarah. This guy is a special prick, swats his people around, thinks his sovereigns pay for it. Embarrass him at his own party and you please a dozen people. People with keys and little else. A date and time is scribbled below, also an Elysian mask with other masks for eyes. Lights out, not murder, just let them stumble in the darkness. It is trivial to ensure we are represented, but should we encourage such base behavior? And a small training exercise outside will disrupt the event. Okay. Should we encourage such base behavior? Maybe I'll just have a small training exercise.
All right.
We'll have Cullen handle that one as well. There you go. They're all on a mission. We can venture out. I think what we're going to do today is... I'm intrigued about Dorian's invite. So I think we're going to take Dorian out into the field and see what happens. Let's go check on the stables. On the Starblaze. So we can have a look at these houses.
Your worship.
Check in with Blackwall over here and be like, hey, where are my horses? Actually, is this even the stables? Yes.
He's in the Dales. He fights for the people.
The Starblaze. Oh, buy and sell? What can we buy? Oh, you can... Oh, rare coloration. Oh, you can buy different colors. Or you can actually buy horses. Yeah, you can actually buy them. Right, and buy different ones. Oh, there's actually quite a few.
That is so vague as to be meaningless.
Starblaze. Horses. Alright, I haven't actually seen these. Inquisition, Barded Charger, Frostback Mountain Horse, and Arsarash. Best of breed, clad in the barding of a master. Fast and resilient, these horses of Ravani stock are used by the Canary military for carrying messages to outposts. Dracolisks, I've got the Hunter Shade one. Oh, that's cool. A mountain version. Teeth sharper than a winter wind. We've got hearts as well, the red heart. Enough greater Frostback elk. Exotics. All... Oh, that's the... These are the Bog Unicorn. The Avar Warnug? Oh my god. Wait, what? And the Promise Bound... the Oathbound Steed. Is there a sword in its head? Okay. Or is it another unicorn? Two unicorns. That looks like they got swords in their heads.
That'll do fine.
It is a sword. Wait, is it? Yeah, what? You gotta... Huh? Huh? That's why they're called a unicorn. They got a bloody sword in their head.
Inquisition?
Oh my god. Look at that thing. Holy shit. That's so funny.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
See if there was a cutscene with him. There ain't. Is it weird that just like the people that you rescue, they just kind of stand there and do nothing, and then they just like in random points on the map sometimes, I guess? Very strange. We're going to talk to Commander Helene about our Knight Enchanter situation.
You have completed the order, learned something of my way. A small step. Now you must choose to commit to the role, to the burden of command. Are you willing?
I choose Knight Enchanter. Commit to the specialization. All others are cut off.
I am ready to listen and learn, Commander.
Then you are a recruit no more. All will see your rightful place. Come, the battlefield awaits. Knight Enchanter.
I'm a Jedi now. Let's take a look. Knight Enchanter, these rare mages receive special dispensation from the Chantry to serve in battle. They summon blades from the Fade and are experts in protection and defense. Spirit Blade, Fade Cloak, Combat Clarity, Resurgence. Oh, that's nice. Call on benign spirits to restore you and your allies for continuing the fight. All party members are healed to full health, including those who have fallen unconscious, and a glyph around you provides ongoing healing. Multiple tiers depending on when we get that. Disruption Field. Okay, there's some good stuff in here. Enemies who attack you will take damage in return. Barriers you create take longer to naturally decay. Very nice. That's going to be useful. A new operation is available as a result. There you go. The Exalted Plains. Done for now. Lost Temple of Dirthaman is on here. And the Castle of Caer Oswin is here. Oh, these are like the loyalty mission locations, maybe? I use the term loyalty mission from Mass Effect. Cassandra has reason to believe that Corypheus is behind the disappearance of the Seekers of Truth, but she requires help to prove it. Lost Temple of Dirthaman. That one doesn't have a description with it. Let's see. Let's check the journal. The Inner Circle. Where is... let's see. Smuggler Letters. Meeting with Josephine. Oh, that one's quite old. We should do that. This one. Bring Dorian to the Gull and Lantern. Let's do this one. Oh, it's in the hinterlands. And this should be in the Redcliffe, I think. Yeah. To Redcliffe. So, we will bring Dorian. Who else? That's a mage. Let's bring... Blackwall and oh, yeah. I should try and bring Sarah sometime. I realized that I think Sarah's the one that I just haven't actually taken out at all, really. I've taken her out like once or twice ages ago. So I need to give her an opportunity to do something, I think. Blackwall?
Should
Hello?
we look around?
His legs were growing. Oh, we can open this now because we have deft hands and fine tools, baby. Oh, that's a terrible shield. I wish you still had your cheese wheel.
True enough.
I'm breaking in. Ooh, Bianca grip. That's actually, I think I need to do some upgrades for Bianca. Something else too. Warden Steed, joining juice. All them Warden ales.
Perhaps you're right, dear. You should go to Denerim.
Me?
May could be with you.
What about us?
Good day to you.
I'm also going to check this
All right.
room as well.
Let's join the Inquisition.
Do you mean it?
I'm a fair cook and you're a fine leatherworker. I'm sure that's quite fun. The Inquisition soldiers are the only ones trying to restore order.
Loot.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Aid-touched obsidian, nice. Lyrium is the king of metals. Beneath our feet it sings. When properly refined, it is a smooth, slightly iridescent silvery liquid. In the hands of the dwarven smithcast, it is mixed with steel to produce indestructible armor and blades that hold an edge for centuries. In the hands of the shaper it becomes a repository for living memories. Some scholars maintain this as evidence that lyrium is itself alive. It finds its most lucrative its application. It finds its most lucrative its application in the hands of the Formari, who use it in conjunction with baser metals like gold, silverite, viridium, or even iron to produce enchantments. Although mages, of course, consume it in a diluted form to bolster their abilities, this is not recommended. Overindulgence in lyrium can have disastrous consequences, particularly in more concentrated amounts. It is not advisable, for instance, that any reader handle raw lyrium, which in many cases can kill on contact. Don't do drugs, kids. Lyrium's the worst out of all of them.
Good day.
Those lyrium withdrawals are terrible.
Good day.
Good day.
May could be with you. May could be with you.
Oh man.
Grandmother, I'm not going to leave for Denerim without
Yeah.
you.
Here we go.
Nonsense. With money enough for you to have a seat on a merchant's wagon, you can go at once.
Uh-oh, nobody's here. This doesn't bode well.
Dorian.
Father. So the whole story about the family retainer was just, what? A smokescreen?
Then you were told. I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
Damn. Father directly rocking up. Okay. Much more dramatic.
I should leave you to work this out.
Oh, no, you don't. I want a witness. I want someone to hear the truth.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
Ah, okay. That, okay. Got you. So this comes down to a conservative father moment. Okay. I love that we're like, oh, what does that mean? Literally identified it in our first proper conversation, so.
I'll need you to explain that.
Did I stutter? Men and the company thereof, as in sex. Surely you've heard of it.
This is such a weird dialogue tree.
This is not exactly news, Dorian.
And why should it be? Why should anyone care? I have no idea.
This display is uncalled for.
No, it is called for. You called for it by luring me here.
This is not what I wanted.
I'm never what you wanted, Father. Or had you forgotten?
That's a big concern in Tevinter, then.
Only if you're trying to live up to an impossible standard. Every Tevinter family is intermarrying to distill the perfect mage, perfect body, perfect mind, the perfect leader. It means every perceived flaw, every aberration is deviant and shameful. It must be hidden.
I want to know what this actually means when I say it, you know what I mean?
So that's what all of this is about? Who you sleep with?
That's not all it's about.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
His, Dorian's performance and voice acting is really good. It's very solid.
I think it's time we left.
I agree.
Interesting. Okay. It makes sense when they're doing the whole, like, creating the perfect person thing, you know? If Tevinter had access to genetically altering their babies, they would.
He's a good man, my father. Deep down. He taught me principle is important. He cares for me in his way, but he won't ever change. I can't forgive him for what he did. I won't.
I'm wondering if the "you tried to change me" stuff is the kind of really fucked up shit that they do in real life to try and, like, change people's ways of thinking, where it's like, you know, where it's like shock therapy and hypnotism and all, and like just all of the weird sort of methods to change just like who people are, but like in Dragon Age, you know, Dragon Age ways with like blood magic and just torturous stuff to the mind. Yeah.
Are you all right?
No, not really. Thank you for bringing me out there. Even if it didn't work out. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I don't know what you think you're doing.
I'm being clucked at by a hen, evidently.
Don't play the fool with me, young man.
If I wanted to play the fool, I could be rather more convincing, I assure you.
Your glib tongue does you no credit.
You'd be surprised at the credit my tongue gets me, Your Reverence.
Can you guys settle down? It's always a bit of a shame when the special dialogue option overwrites the investigate dialogue option, and I can't do both.
Oh, What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side, the rumors alone.
This is really interesting that this is the follow-up after going to meet his father, because Mother Giselle was like the one who started us on this whole thing, and then she comes up and starts, you know, going up against Dorian.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries of evidence. What would you have me tell them?
The truth?
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
Oh, I'd like to hear what these rumors are exactly.
I could not repeat them, Your Worship.
Repeat them. So you've shared them before.
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor. Only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
Then she backs away and walks into a table.
Well, that's something.
This sort of thing happens often, does it?
More than anyone tells you. No one knows their own reputation.
Until someone helpfully informs them.
There is that. She meant well, if that's of any concern. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
Why should it bother me? Everyone's talking about the Inquisition.
That's good. I'd hate to think I brought you any grief. Perhaps it's odd to say, but I think of you as a friend, Inquisitor. I have precious few friends. I didn't think to find one here. Don't speak. I detest confessions, and I'd like to get this over with. Allow me to say I'll stand beside you, against Corypheus, my countryman, or spurious rumor, so long as you'll have me.
Loyalty mission secured.
Here we are again.
That's enough.
I should go.
As you wish.
Other Giselle just being like... That's what she sounds like. It's the worst, terrible French accent of all time. Rolled R's. Okay. That's Dorian's done. That was actually quite quick. I thought it was going to be like a full-on mission, but maybe it would have evolved into something else if we entertained the man who couldn't have his perfect son the way that he wanted it to. Let's meet with Josephine in Valrio, I think. That's another one that's been on our list for quite some time, and we haven't been to Valrio in a while. Let's travel. Oh, Sarah would love it here. Oh, hang on. Dorian's has changed. Look at that. Dorian's is different now. He got a book on his hip and a creature being smothered by a snake. With its fangs bared. Okay. Looks great. Doesn't look sad at all. I'm curious to see how everyone's artwork is going to change then for the ones that haven't. Alright, so if we're coming to Valrio, we need Sarah and Vivian. And then let's bring a warrior. So let's also just bring the Iron Ball. What a trio. What a trio to bring to Valrio. What do you reckon? The Inquisitor shows up. Yeah, this is my person who hates rich people, person who hates things being different, and my Canary spy. Perfectly perfect. Okay.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Let's go.
Lead the way.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
I hope helping us doesn't endanger you.
Hardly. Even a brush with someone as well known as yourself can become a great asset in Valroyo. Giving you the identity of those who murdered Lady Montile's messengers seemed the least I could do. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montiliers' trading exile in Orlais.
They're not just after your messengers, Josephine. They'll try for you, too.
I am afraid so, yes.
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Valroyo. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
Damn. Ancient contracts.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine?
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montile's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
Wow. This is cool.
I thought you were remarkably well informed about a secret assassins guild.
We are hardly secret, my dear Inquisitor, just normally much more reclusive. The contract on Lady Montile's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Let the Comte go unharmed. Attack the assassin. Interesting.
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
Go then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady, I pray we never meet again.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Poivert, is that you?
It's always the wardrobe.
We'll find a saw.
I've got a prismatic great axe.
It is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
Oh, that's funny. These guys have just been waiting outside just awkwardly the whole time. I'm sure Sarah can get it open. It's funny bringing my party members here and them just kind of awkwardly standing around. Oh, we get taken immediately back to Skyhold. Okay, there you go. So the information was accurate. I love the twist in that little conversation there. Amazing. Let's see what Josephine has to say now. Next steps. I was expecting it to go straight into cutscene. That's okay. I'll do it myself. Manually walk. I wonder if some missions will be short, like the ones where they're just conversations, like Dorian and Josephine here, or whether there'll be like proper missions, like when we're going to Valamar on Bianca's lead.
Thanks you for taking on the meeting, Ambassador. Ask her if she'll come to the next one. The Chantry Mothers cannot be put off forever. I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last Du Paraquets. If they become Gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Leliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royaux?
Making a choice. Infiltrate to destroy the contract, the quick and easy path, or take the time to mend old wounds and potentially gain an ally out of this previous rival family while Josephine remains protected at Skyhold.
We can solve this without more deaths on either side. My people are ready, should you change your mind. I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Du Paraquets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Destroying House of Repose's contract is an operation that's available. Okay. She's just like, alright, I'll be in the war room if you need me and my assassins. Okay, Liliana. So, that's a mission that we have. There's a follow-up to that, at the very least. Speak with Josephine about the next move.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
How exactly does one turn farmers into members of the upper classes?
There are procedures for granting honored citizens of the Empire the title of Lord or Lady. Very long procedures. And so much paperwork. I've called in a substantial number of favors just to cut through half of it.
Why did the Du Paraquets hate the Montiliers so much they set up a permanent assassination watch?
A Montilier and a Du Paraquet fell in love. A young couple, pledged elsewhere, attempted to elope. The whole thing ended so violently, it's a wonder any survived. It's fortunate the Du Paraquets' descendants hold no grudges.
Are we Romeo and Julieting right now?
What if the Duparakets refuse to aid you?
I've already contacted the Duparakets, Inquisitor. They're ready to help us. It will be a long road, but a lordship is a chance to restore a proud lineage to their heirs. Besides, I've promised them a heavy bag of coin once this is over.
Are you sure the House of Repose will forget this assassin contract on a farmer's signature?
It's perfectly legal. In Val Royeaux's noble circles, a written word is a bond. Besides, the guild would never risk being so unspeakably crass.
I didn't like my tone of voice in that one. Like, seems very condescending. I'm just trying to ask questions here, not be like a dick about it.
These assassins are afraid of being seen as impolite.
Breaking one's public oath or bond implies a certain poverty in Orlais. A common merchant may lack the resources or manners to fulfill a debt, but among the guilds, it would be shameful.
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royeaux if we want to make the Duparakets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the Duparakets as lords.
Okay, so it becomes an operation. Find a sponsor for the Duparakets. Operation available. Right? I think everyone's busy. I feel like I think only Leliana's ready to report in about something, and Josephine would probably be the one that we'd want for sending them off. But we'll take a look. Destroying House of Repose's contract, finding a sponsor. Trust. A missing assassin. We will provide Zevran with the resources he needs, without telling the crows, of course. Lord Enzo is proving elusive. More eyes in Hercynia cannot hurt. Word from Zevran. Okay. So, without telling the crows. So they're not working together, but he's up and over there. A missive sent to Skyhold. I have tracked down the location of Lord Enzo, and rather more Venatori than I was expecting. Shall we say goodbye to our troublesome friend? Zevran is talented, but also outnumbered. My agents can create a distraction. He can eliminate Enzo and the Venatori in the confusion. We take no chances when attacking a Venatori stronghold. Send our soldiers. And involving ourselves in the assassination of an Antivan noble is dangerous, as is allowing someone to steal the crow's target. If you trust Zevran to complete the task, let us part ways now. Interesting. So the thing about saying, like, allowing someone to steal the contract of the crows might not be a smart move. But then if we don't help out Zevran, he might be outnumbered. I'm thinking of sending Cullen on this one, so we can, like, directly help, and then he might just be in the neighborhood. I think that might be how I'll do that one. Ellerly stood... Okay, so let's see. Making the Duparakets nobility is the key to stopping the assassination plot in Josephine's life. The first step is gaining them a noble sponsor. Countess Dion is willing to help in exchange of news about her lover, Ellerly, a mage who went missing after the Mage Templar War erupted. Ellerly stood for the Old Circle Order. I will see if any of the Loyalists gave him shelter. Their love affair was hardly secret. I'll see if anyone marked where this missing mage went. And it's been a while, but we can have search parties comb the area where he was last spotted. I think we can probably afford to have Leliana help out Josephine here.
Inquisitor.
There you go. Alright. Off she goes to do that one. So that's getting to work on Josephine's little personal mission there. I don't really know what to call it, because I don't know if they're loyalty missions per se, like Mass Effect, but it's just the easiest way to, like, address them, I suppose. Okay. Now, this one is entering Valimar, which we will take Varric to. Heading for the Storm Coast with Bull. And then we've got more things. We've got Promise of Destruction, which Cassandra wants us to go to Caer Oswin. I think we will Go and do... Let's do Cassandra's one. Let's travel to Caer Oswin, the promise of destruction. So we'll take Cassandra with us. The Castle of Caer Oswin. Cassandra has reason to believe that Corypheus is behind the disappearance of the Seekers of Truth. So we will be taking her with us, naturally. She's locked in. We'll take Solus, and I think we'll take Cole. Take Cole, I think. Because Cole was tied in with us going to Therenfall Redoubt in the alternate choice that we did when we checked out that mission. So I think that could be useful, and also a rogue. And then we'll take Solus as our mage. Alright, smashing out our companion requests today. You get lost in how much open world stuff that there is that you're like, oh yeah, my companions need help. There's just so much stuff happening at all times. Alright, where are we? Explore the castle. Level is Cassandra, level 60. Okay. Almost old enough to wield that axe.
Caer Oswin. Odd that the trail should lead us here. Ban Loren is a pious, unassuming man. What has he become involved in?
He might simply be a victim as well.
Let's see what lies within.
Might be where we're supposed to go, so let's check the ruins. Oh, there's beautiful lighting up here. It's below us. Hello? We've got Red Templars!
Make it take you! Promises. I should have known. The Order of Fiery Promise is a cult with strange beliefs about the Seekers. They've hounded us for centuries.
What kind of strange beliefs?
They believe they are Seekers, the only rightful ones. They say we robbed their powers long ago, preventing them from ending the world.
Ending the world?
The only way to truly eradicate evil in their eyes. The world will be reborn a paradise. It's all nonsense.
Why haven't the Seekers dealt with them?
We have, many times. They simply reappear after a time like weeds. Nobody knows how.
Cultists. Why am I not surprised?
This explains why the Seekers might be here, but not the connection to Corypheus.
Promises. Okay. I don't know if this pop up here, or is this one? Oh, this will be the horse that we picked up in Creatures, isn't it? On the Dracolisk. I've heard of them, seen a few. They're not as rare as you'd think, but they're very, very difficult. Spirited and stubborn. Suggest a reasonable resistance. No, they're just plain mean. They're just plan mean, okay? Spare a horse a little too hard and you're getting a brush against a tree, kick this thing the wrong way and it's taken a piece of you. That said, there's utility here, as fast and strong as any other, and the rider who masters one is making a statement, not just, I can do what you can't, it's almost, I can do what you wouldn't even dare. I forget that every time we get a new mount, it updates in here. Oh, I'm like looking for this loot option on the ground and it's up here. I'm not close enough to loot it. Awesome. It's bugged. I hate this game. No, I'm kidding. This is my core issue with the game having the loot. Unfortunately, you need to be like hugging the damn thing before you can actually loot it. Like realistically, I should just be able to loot this. But apparently you need to be like right next to it. And now I don't know if the game is going to load it or not. So I might have to, we'll try reloading, but I might have to restart the whole mission just to get this loot out of the doorway so I can actually get the dungeon key. This is so stupid. Alright, let's make sure that we take this fight out of doorways. Ah, we're in a room. There's no way it can go wrong this time. There's no way it can go wrong this time. I'm playing in first person mode?
Dead!
Ah yes, the Evanet rule.
I should have known. The Order of Fiery Promise is a cult with strange beliefs about the Seekers. They've hounded us for centuries.
Cultists. Why am I not surprised?
This explains why the Seekers might be here, but not the connection to Corypheus.
Well, we'll find out. The key did not get lodged in the archway this time, so we can actually explore the castle. It's very fucking dark. Like, I feel like even with this light, I feel like it wouldn't be so pitch black over here, you know? Need some ceiling lights in here.
A Seeker. Did they torture him to death? The Promisers will pay for this.
They're just standing there, menacingly. What's up? Hooah! Get attacked.
Watch out!
Courtyard key.
As the Seekers of Truth have proven resistant to the effects of red lyrium, the Elder One has seen fit to place them in your care. Reclaim your destiny, and know that the Elder One expects your devotion as repayment. Signed by Lord Samson, Commander of the Red Templars. Does Corypheus not realize the Promisers want the world to end? What use are they to him?
Corypheus will probably betray them before they get their chance.
But after he gets what he needs out of them. But this doesn't explain how he captured the Seekers in the first place, or what's been done with them. We must keep looking.
The letter said Seekers were resistant to red lyrium.
Our abilities grant us many gifts, but a resistance to red lyrium's corruption? That seems strange. Although it would explain why none have numbered among the Red Templars. And thus Seekers would be useless to Corypheus. He would have no leash to hold us.
Do you really want to keep looking? What we find might not be pleasant.
I do not shy away from unpleasant things. I must know.
I must know. Alright. Let's proceed then. So Seekers being resistant to that whole little red lyrium stuff means they get sold to the promises. That's a good way to put a ladder in there that we can't climb. Put an urn in front of it. That'll stop them. Cassandra's armor changes color depending on like the ambient lighting that surrounds it. It's very interesting. Is there any useful loot around this place? Any lore? This is a beautiful place though, let me tell you. There's gorgeous lighting this morning. Ooh. Ah. Some cool decor up there. Look at that throne too. Hello? What is with this game and hiding like what is with this game and hiding containers like in the walls? This has happened a few times. The Order of Fiery Promise. Consider the time in which the original Inquisition existed. The First Blight had devastated the world, tearing down the mighty Tevinter Imperium and leaving nothing in its place. Just as there were several cults of Andraste vying to become the true inheritor of the Prophet's faith, there was none more than one group claiming to represent the one true path to deliver the world from chaos. The Order of Fiery Promise was one of these, a band of men and women who decreed that not only was the end of the world nigh, it was necessary. Thedas must be cleansed with fire and reborn as a paradise. This they solemnly promised. They devoted themselves utterly to seeing this come about. Whether they ever drew close to their goal is unknown. The Inquisition eventually crushed these promises during a battle recorded only as the Cleansing of Cherno. The cult reappeared in the early Divine Age, claiming to take up the Inquisition's mantle after it had transformed into the Seekers of Truth, leading to chantry hunts that did not see the promises eliminated again until the Exalted Age. Damn. New lore. Okay, interesting. Interesting throne. Be sure I got one of those for Skyhold. The red lyrium corrupted chest.
Daniel! Daniel! Can you hear me?
Cassandra! It is you. You're alive.
As are you. I'm so glad I found you.
No, they put a demon inside me. It's tearing me up.
What? You can't be possessed. That's impossible.
I'm not possessed. They fed me things. I can feel it growing.
The red lyrium.
Can we do anything?
I don't know. This thing inside him.
The Lord Seeker. You have to find him.
Of course we'll find him. If he lives, we'll...
Lucius betrayed us, Cassandra. He sent us here, one by one. An important mission, he said. Lies! He was here with them all along. He's still working with them.
And this is interesting, but we met the Lord Seeker. But this was the Envy.
But we met Lord Seeker Lucius in Val Royeaux. He couldn't have been here.
That wasn't him. It was a demon, masquerading.
What? How could that be?
The Lord Seeker allowed it. He let the demon take command while he...
Came here.
Ah. So, Lord Seeker Lucius is regardless still evil. So Envy was evil, but then also the real Lucius still betrayed the Seekers and has been here the whole time instead.
Cassandra.
Now is not the time for sympathy.
Wait! Don't leave me like this, please.
You should have come with me. You didn't believe in the war any more than I did.
You know me. I wanted that promotion.
Go to the Maker's side, Daniel. You will be welcome.
Damn, dude, that's brutal.
He was my apprentice. I have never known a finer young man. Now we find Lord Seeker Lucius.
She put his helmet on. God, that's brutal. I'm actually so glad we have the context of Envy going into this as well, because that's still the developments here are still surprising. But that's how, I guess that's how the point in, if you choose to go with the mages, that's the point where you learn that Lucius was not who we thought that he was normally. God, battling with this like haunting music. How weird is it, right? I think like the sort of environment that they've chosen here is super interesting because it's a gorgeous day. It's beautiful, and it's like so like nice to look at when we arrive here. But it's like evil is taking place here. I love like the tonal shift of that it doesn't have to be dreary, dark, and like stormy outside, you know. To like set the scene. It can still be like haunting but like beautiful outside at the same time, you know?
Lord Seeker Lucius.
Cassandra, with a woman I can only assume is the new Inquisitor.
So wild that like they do this whole thing where you're like, damn, Lord Seeker Lucius is not himself. He's like weird and evil, and that's not normal. And Cassandra questions that, and then we get the explanation that it was a demon. But then also Lord Seeker Lucius, the real one, is also evil. It wasn't like he's been kept imprisoned or something, you know, the whole time. It's like he's just like, yeah, I just been here feeding my boys lyrium.
And you're the man who betrayed his own order.
I presume you know we Seekers of Truth were once the original Inquisition. Oh yes. We fought to restore order in a time of madness long ago, as you do now. And we became proud. We sought to remake the world, to make it better. But what did we create? The Chantry, the Circles of Magi. A war that will see no end.
And aiding Corypheus is supposed to help?
Corypheus is a monster with limited ambition.
And your ambition is so much greater.
We Seekers are abominations, Cassandra. We created a decaying world and fought to preserve it even as it crumbled. We had to be stopped. You don't believe me? See for yourself. The secrets of our order passed to me after the former Lord Seeker was slain. The war with the mages had already begun, but it was not too late for me to do the right thing.
And this was the right thing?
Lord Seeker, what you've done...
I know. What Corypheus did with the Templars does not matter. I have seen the future. I have created a new order to replace the old. The world will end so we can start anew. A pure beginning. Join us, Cassandra. It is the Maker's will.
Snarls. Could you imagine if this game ended with like a complete factory reset on Thedas? That would be insane. A brand new begin, like they actually achieve it and there's like some sort of weird crazy reset. That would be insane. I don't think I'd like that. Hey, what? What? Why does he have an Avar toy soldier on him? And also, why is he made out of paper?
He was insane. He had to be. The influence of Corypheus, perhaps? Was he trying to disable the Seekers?
Why was Lord Seeker Lucius made out of paper mache?
All these wasted lives.
He could not have destroyed all of us. I won't accept it. Let us return to Skyhold. I wish to see what's in this Book of Secrets.
Damn, he got the super special Lord Seeker Secrets book. He got the Lord Seeker's Believe It or Not book. Let's have a look and see. I thought these types of statues were supposed to have animal heads on them. It's the lore that I read at Skyhold. They'd be replacing them out here as well. Actually, it makes sense that they probably would have replaced it out here, considering where we are. Or it's just simply reusing assets, guys. It's no big deal. Why are you making me go here? What the fuck? Oh, that's so weird. It like fades to black. I don't even press open on this, by the way. It automatically fades to black. It's so strange. Alright. Back to Skyhold. Let's see what Cassandra has to say upon her reading the book. Where's she at?
This tome has passed from Lord Seeker to Lord Seeker since the time of the old Inquisition. And now it falls to me.
Are you all right? You look drained.
On the contrary, it's a delight. I'm riveted.
Oh, you're joking.
Do you know what the Rite of Tranquility is? The last resort used on mages in the Circle, leaving them unable to cast, but depriving them of dreams and all emotion. It should only be used on those who cannot control their abilities, but that has not always been the case.
Does the book say it was used for other things?
No. As a seeker, I looked into abuses. Mages made tranquil as punishment. What finally began the Mage Rebellion was the discovery the right of tranquility could be reversed. The Lord Seeker at the time covered it up, harshly. There were deaths. It was dangerous knowledge, the shock of its discovery in addition to what happened in Kirkwall. But it appears we've always known how to reverse the right, from the beginning.
Wow, that's pretty big. Should we go and... But then, like, whenever you ask a Tranquil mage, like, hey, you want to go back? They're like, no, I'm happy. But they're not themselves. Yeah, I definitely didn't turn a Venatori Tranquil as a punishment in my little chair of judgment.
So the rebellion could have been prevented.
Perhaps, but it was a long time coming, for many reasons. We created the right of tranquility. I told you of my vigil, the months I spent emptying myself of all emotion. I was made tranquil, and didn't even know. Then the vigil summoned the spirit of faith to touch my mind. That broke tranquility, and gave me my abilities. The Seekers did not share that secret. Not with me, not with the Chantry, not even with... There's more. Lucius was not wrong about the Order. I thought to rebuild the Seekers once victory was ours. Now I'm not certain it deserves to be rebuilt.
Wow. She was made tranquil in secret and then given abilities. That's bizarre.
You said there was more in the book.
At some point, power becomes its own master. We cast aside ideals in favor of expedience, and tell ourselves it was all necessary for the people. Will that happen to us, Inquisitor? Will we repeat history?
History is a vicious cycle.
We might. It would be lying to say it's impossible.
An honest answer, if not a comforting one.
I don't think I've ever seen you so shaken.
I do not think the Seekers have been doing the Maker's work. Not truly. Perhaps we believed it once. The original Inquisition came to be during a terrible time. But now, we harbored secrets and let them fester. We acted to survive, but not to serve. That is not the Maker's work.
Cassandra is such a good character in so many ways. There's just so much depth to her and so many different things that she is like tied to and involved in. It makes her really, really interesting. And this is just crazy to listen to. Like, I think the Right of Tranquility being reversed stuff has been oftly mentioned like once before, but it being like a confirmation thing with this, and then also how Seekers are created, is quite the revelation.
If you did rebuild the Seekers, how would you do it?
I can't be the only one remaining. We will always spread to the winds, and some may still be out there. I would find them one by one. We would all read this book, no more secrets. Then together we would establish a new charter. The Maker's work in truth.
You keep saying that, but what is the Maker's work?
There is no way to know for certain. That is why we must seek it out. Perhaps we lost our way because we stopped looking.
Ironic for a group with the name The Seekers, isn't it? It's up to you, I say, or I can make the choice for you. Let them go, make the Seekers better. As we are forced to make a decision while I hear hammer and anvil rattling around in my brain. I wonder what choice Cassandra would make. So she would gather the lost Seekers, if there are any survivors, read that book together, and then be the Seekers Part 2. But who am I to say let them go, you know? If you love them, let them go, Cass. If that's what she wants to do, you know?
Rebuild the Seekers. Make them better than they were.
Thank you. I could not have done this on my own.
Greatly approves. The Rite of Tranquility Codex unlocked. Let's take a read of that bad boy. Oh, that'll be my horse again, because I reloaded. The Rite of Tranquility. A mind branded with lyrium, brought to a state devoid of either emotion or sense of self. The rite was required to achieve the true peace that could draw a spirit of faith from the depths of the Fade. A difficult task, considering a tranquil mind is all but invisible to these beings. The candidate must be pure. If the candidate proved worthy, the spirit would touch his mind, and he would be freed from tranquility, as well as made into a seeker in truth. If he proved unworthy, tranquility was permanent. So, tranquility can be reversed, but it seems that a spirit of faith has to prove you worthy. You have to be pure. So a Venatori mage, probably not getting reversed anytime soon. It was only, it was only later when the first mage attempted to join our order and failed that we learned tranquility rendered a mage unable to access his magic, as well as immune to demonic possession. Thus, when the Circle of Magi was born, we gave them the most holy rite we possessed. It was a sacrifice we made for the good of all, so dangerous mages could be spared execution and yet live productive and harmonious lives. What we did not give them was the secret of its reversal. That knowledge and our ancient bond with the spirits of faith shall forever be solely ours to keep. An excerpt from Cassandra's tome on the Seekers of Truth. Damn. We've acquired the Andrastian throne. There you go. Let's have a talk with Cass after this scene now. Just to see if there's any changes. Just to see if there's any changes with her. Yeah, she reading.
Good book.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yes, because I suddenly went blind.
Oh, that. Just reports from Commander Cullen.
You're an excellent liar.
It's of no interest to you, I'm certain. It's a book.
I can see that.
It's one of Varric's tales. Swords and Shields, the latest chapter.
Yes.
The latest chapter meaning you've read them all?
Not since this all began. We've been busy.
That's just her favorite.
Nobody asked you to winter.
I couldn't finish the last one you lent me. I actually feel dumber for having tried.
It's literature. Smutty literature. Whatever you do, don't tell Varric.
Smutty literature. That's so good. Oh man, interesting. Don't tell Varric I'm reading his smut.
Maybe I should read that book.
You? No!
Why not me?
You're the Inquisitor.
Oh, I see.
They're terrible. And magnificent. And this one ends in a cliffhanger. I know Varric is working on the next. He must be. You could ask him to finish it. Command him to... Pretend you don't know this about me.
Oh my god. That's, oh my god. See, I just think, oh, guilty pleasures. Oh my god. These are the moments where, like, talking with your companions shines so heavily, especially when you know your characters well. Like, you spend a lot of time with Varric, and, like, we've gotten to know Cassandra over the course of some Dragon Age 2 cutscenes in this game a lot. And, oh my god, it's just funny when even, like, Dorian just kind of walks past and he's just, like, has an offhanded line about it. It's like, no, you can't read it. You're the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor can't read smut. It goes against everything holy. It's just so funny. It's just like, it ends on a cliffhanger. He has to get the next one. Cassandra being a fan of Varric's writings after, like, everything we know about how they've interacted in the past is just so funny to me.
I trust all is well.
Oh, man. I'm a tree? So you're a romantic. Oh, we can ask about it.
So, that book you were reading?
Yes, what of it?
So under that taciturn shell beats a true romantic heart.
Why must it be an accusation? Romance is not the sole province of dithering ladies in frilly dresses. It is passion. It is being swept away by the pursuit of an ideal. What is not to like about that?
That's great. Oh, that's rude.
Don't get me wrong. I like this side of you.
I don't swoon.
I meant the passion.
Oh, well, that's not so bad then. Greetings.
Oh, that's fun.
I have some more questions.
As you wish.
Oh, will she finally talk about her brother?
Tell me about your brother.
Anthony was older than I, a dragon hunter, who showed what a Pentagast could truly be. I idolized him. I wanted to hunt dragons as he did, even though our uncle forbade it. Anthony promised to train me in secret. We would hunt together one day, brother and sister, vanquishing the beasts of old. And then he died on me.
That sounds really awful.
It was the end of everything I knew. A group of apostates wanted dragon blood, and wanted Anthony to get it for them. He refused, and they killed him for it. In front of me. I begged the Chantry to let me become a Templar. Instead, they sent me to the Seekers. It took many years to let go of my drive for vengeance.
I think I understand how you felt.
At times I could not breathe. The rage nearly choked me. I sometimes wonder how different my life would be if Anthony was still alive. Would I be a dragon hunter? Married to some noble fool, a mother of 3? I cannot say. I take solace in believing the Maker has a plan, but he is not always kind.
I'll let you get back to work.
Okay.
Hello again.
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
There are so many tranquil. They deserve a chance to heal.
I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
Ooh.
Do you have any advice for me?
Now that the Grey Warden threat is dealt with, we must investigate the assassination plot. One can only hope it's not too late. More chaos in Olay only helps Corypheus.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Okay. Talk to Varric about swords and shields. Should we mention that Cassandra was reading, or do we just kind of do an offhand comment? Just an offhand comment about, hey, you should write the next one.
I can spare some time. What do you need?
Cassandra wants a book.
Cassandra is waiting for the next issue of Swords and Shields.
I must have heard that wrong. It sounded like you just said that Cassandra read my books.
What's so surprising about that?
Well, you have met Cassandra, haven't you? Wait, did you say the romance serial? Oh, she'll be waiting for a while then. I haven't finished it and wasn't planning to. That book is easily the worst I've ever written. The last issue barely sold enough to pay for the ink.
I need it as a gift.
Well, Cassandra seems to be hooked on it.
And I honestly thought a hole in the sky was the weirdest thing that could happen. So, you want me to finish writing the latest issue of my worst serial for Cassandra? Oh, that's such a terrible idea. I have to do it. On one condition. I get to be there when you give her the book.
You've got a deal.
I'll get to work then. You know, the fact that the book is terrible just makes it more worthwhile somehow.
Give Cassandra the latest chapter of Swords and Shields. Well, I can just do it immediately? I'm assuming some time will pass because he hasn't written it yet. I'm going to purposefully wait. It feels immersion breaking to apparently be able to immediately access this quest step. We're going to wait. We're going to give Varric some time to read it, make it right, plan it out. You know, otherwise we would have to just imagine that there's a time skip of significant proportion, and that doesn't feel right. We should do some things naturally in that time. So we're going to not do this yet. We're going to let Varric write the book. It just feels weird. I was actually kind of surprised that quest step was right there. So we're going to leave that alone for now. I think Liliana was ready to report in about Josephine's little endeavor, though. So let's check up on that.
An exchange. You're awful. Not that. Good.
Okay. That was a sponsor. Letter to Countess Dion. My dearest Lynette, I was injured on the way back from the Conclave when this insane war erupted between the Apostates and the Templars. I made it to a decrepit inn just before the gash in my leg turned into a fever. Fortunately, when the Inquisition's people found me, they sent for a proper healer. I owe them my life, I'm certain. I'm told the Inquisition would deliver this letter to you, which is the first peace of mind I've had since the Conclave. Stay in the capital, my love, until I can come to you. Yours always, Ellery. Nice. We helped. I guess we'll talk to Josephine now. Red Jenny attends a party. How do I best describe it? Our noble target was angered by the distraction of our soldiers and in an attempt to regain attention, accidentally stabbed her revered mother in the hat. Oh, in the hat is fine. Somehow Red Jenny is the assumed benefactor, but we have received several propositions from witnesses to the events. Red Jenny and the bad goods has been added. Okay. And then 42 minutes left on Josephine doing that one. Let's see. We got some missions. I think I wanted Liliana for this one.
Inquisitor.
So we'll send her off to do that. And now, what is there for Cullen to do? Trust? What is trust? Inquisitor. 1 month ago, members of the Venatori stole sensitive Chantry documents. Knight Enchanter Cosette led a small team of mages and mercenaries in pursuit. They successfully infiltrated the Venatori to retrieve the documents and gather further information on the enemy. A second team was to create a distraction, allowing Cosette's unit to escape. I've received an encrypted message from Cassette. The distraction never came. Cassette believes the Venatori killed the second team. Her cover remains intact, but she fears it won't last. She's reaching out to the Inquisition for assistance. While the Chantry's interests must remain hidden, she will trade her knowledge of the Venatori for safe passage. Knight Enchanter Cassette and her associates are former comrades of mine. We can trust her word, and I trust you will respect the secrecy of her mission. I've marked their location on the map. Commander Helene. Look at those documents, seems fair payment. We should inform the Chantry that we plan to intercede and send aid, and Venatori disengaged with our soldiers in that region. I had wondered why. We must send aid immediately. Okay, so there was a second team, but she believes her cover is still intact. The second team was to create a distraction, allowing them to escape. Well, I guess our Cullen's team can create that distraction.
Inquisitor.
Lovely. Okay, that's our missions done, and that is going to bring this episode of Dragon Age Inquisition to a close. We'll follow up with Countess in Val Royeaux next time and continue Josephine's little mission, and then we will let things play out some more with our companions. We've got more companion things to do, so we'll focus on them for the time being and then explore some other regions. So thank you so much for joining me today for Dragon Age Inquisition, and I'll see you next time.